Welcome back to another Blacktastic episode of the People Before Politics show, Sunday Rundown, powered by Black Westchester Magazine. I'm your host, Damon K. Jones, joined by my brother, A.J. Woodson, and bringing that fresh perspective, Larnaz Kinsey. Every Sunday, we pull back the curtain on the issues shaping our families, our cities, and our future, from health and safety to policy and power. It's because our mission is simple. Put the people first, not the politics. It's going to be Blacktastic. Are you ready to put your brand in front of the people who matter? Black Westchester Magazine is your platform. With over 90,000 monthly website readers and more than 250,000 YouTube viewers every month, we give your business unmatched exposure. From email blasts straight to our subscribers, to video commercials, website promotions, and targeted campaigns, we've got the tools to help you connect, engage, and grow. Whether you're a local business, a national brand, a rising entrepreneur, or just promoting an upcoming event, Black Westchester is where culture, community, and commerce meet. Contact us today or scan the QR code and start building with us. Don't just advertise, be part of the movement, be part of Black Westchester, be Blacktastic. Black America first. Yeah, Black America first. Fix the house, fix the fam, let the blessings burst. Own the land. Black Westchester's New Spring 2026 e-paper is now available, featuring the life and legacy of Bob Law, breaking news, and stories that matter to our community. Read it now at blackwestchester.com. Got a sweet tooth? Come to Cupcake Cutie Boutique in Mount Vernon, where every day is a reason to celebrate. Fresh homemade cupcakes baked with love. Stop by 8 South 6th Avenue and taste the cuteness today.
Peace and blessings, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yo, real quick, yo, that graphic for the newspaper for the current issue, yo, I got it, because I watch it on my TV. I got it playing on my TV. Yo, that pops. Like, I mean, yo, that is so crisp. Yo, it's dope. I'm just like, oh, yo, that's dope.
That ChatGPT photo, I think, is 2.0 because they have updated their photo system, and it's crazy. It's just insane,
You got the paid version?
Huh?
You got the paid version?
Yeah.
It's a difference. It's a difference.
Yeah. I got the paid version. I didn't know because once I signed in, I was like, pay. I got the paid version of Grok. I got the paid version of Claude.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's paid version of Grammarly. I think that's my and the paid version of 11 Labs. So I think that's my repertoire.
That's what's up. Yeah, because you be spitting them out.
Oh, and I got the paid version of Suno. That's crazy.
What's that? Suno, what's that?
You just make music.
Oh, that's how you be coming out with the songs.
It's insane. It's insane.
Yo, you played something for me, Larnaz, when we went to we was giving the paper out on Saturday. I was like, yo, is that Kurt Franklin in the background? Is that Kurt Franklin?
I'm like, I don't know.
I was like, yo, people gonna think that like that's that. You know how Kurt Franklin got the ad libs in the back. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, people gonna think that's the new Kurt Franklin. I'm telling you.
No, that Suno is that. Let me tell you, that's Suno. And Charles had sent me one. Charles Billups, this dude on YouTube. He make nothing. His whole page is jazz music through air. Insane. Insane. I don't know what the record. I mean, I know they in court right now with Suno. All the major record labels are in court right now with Suno. I think 2 of them settled. I'll be watching that guy. I can't think his name. The white guy. He's from the music industry. He be letting people know. But yeah, well, I mean, everything goes through a transition.
That's definitely true. It just sucks when you kind of create things on a platform and you like, oh, this is dope, and then they get shut down.
Yeah. Yeah.
You like, how am I get my where's
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. And even Suno, you gotta watch, because if you put the vocals in Suno, they own the rights to that shit. Like a lot of people, they just got this new thing, you put the vocals in. And I never used that. But I was watching the guy on YouTube. He's like, if you put your vocals in there, if you put your voice and the lyrics in Suno for them to make the song, they own it. It's in the agreement. He said a lot of people
nobody reads.
Nobody reads. They own it. They literally own it. So, you know, I
was
tell
watching
people,
something else was talking about all the things you sign away because nobody reads those user agreements for anything. You just be like going to the bottom, click, okay, go ahead. You have no idea what you signed away, and you will find out eventually later.
Yeah. So I mean, you could use it for commercial use and stuff like that. I ain't trying to sell it. You know, as long as I can put it on YouTube, I really don't care. You know, but I'm not. You know, I ain't trying to be. I'm not trying to do concerts. That's not my thing.
Well, if everybody tuned in, you are tuned into the latest episode of Black Westchester Presents, the People Before Politics radio show, simulcasting live every Sunday 6 to 8 on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and wherever else they allow us to stream. You know what I'm saying? We're going to pop up everywhere. I am AJ Woodson, my partner in crime, Damon K. Jones, and the Lopez. You know what I'm saying? And this is how we get down. You see, real talk for the community. You know what I'm saying? We just kicking it. We talk about the latest issues. The current issue of the newspaper is out. It's in the streets. Check it out. Really, really dope. Dope issue. Make sure you get it. If you need copies for your event or whatever, make sure you hit us. I still got copies left. You know what I'm saying? Word up. And thanks to everybody who's helping get them copies out. That's it, right? Real quick. Yesterday was a crazy day.
How was the show? Let's start off with the show. Y'all went to the Broadway show.
So shout out to my man David Goodson, a photographer. He writes. He used to be down with Amsterdam News before they decided to appeal to the New Harlem. But me and him used to get down back in the
what now? Is what you say?
Before Amsterdam News tried to appeal to the New Harlem.
Oh, okay.
Which ain't us. That's not us. They're trying to appeal to the New Harlem. So I've known him since the 90s. We used to write his pictures, used to go with a lot of my stories. He's still been in the game, and you know what I'm saying? So he's been giving us a lot of the stuff he's doing, and he turning me on to a lot of the publicists. So the Lehman College one is one that we got in, and the lady who does some of the Broadway plays. This is the first one. So she got us. We went to the joint yesterday, had our tickets, and we were sitting in the orchestra section, not too far from the front. Everything was beautiful. I'm gonna let Larnez start off with what she thought of the play. The play was August Wilson's Joe Turner's Coming Gone.
Mm-hmm.
We both wrote a review. I put her reviews on blackwestchester.com. My review is on my Substack, and there's a link on both of them to the other one. So go ahead, Larnez. What you think of the show?
Well, first of all, Taraji P. Henson and Cedric did their thing. Like,
I was surprised.
They didn't push. They was just it. Like, they held the moment. They made us lean in. I was listening deep. I don't know. AJ was talking to me. It was like, what does this mean? And I was in it. I was there. So it made me reflect on actually what we're into, what we're going through now. And the play itself is based in 1911. Right. So it was really powerful to see. You know, I love August Wilson. It's powerful to see actors, current actors in movies actually be on a stage and take on this role and do it on a daily basis. It's a different kind. It hit different. It just hit different. But the performance was great. The seats were great. The night was great. My whole day was great.
So it was cool, and yeah, there was some things that I didn't catch right away. You know what I'm saying? And then it sunk in a little later. You know what I mean? So it's just like, so we I'll be interviewing the actor Ruben Santiago Hudson one day this week. They didn't give me the day yet, but they pitched him for the interview. So I was like, yo, you know, I was like, what about Taraji and Cedric? And you know, people were saying like, you know, he was the more seasoned actor. You know, they just getting their Broadway chops. I was like, yo, you couldn't tell. Like they really held it down. I was thoroughly Cedric wasn't silly. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't overly funny, but he leaned into his little comedy, but you know what I'm saying, still did it in the setting as it applied. Right. Like, you know, sometimes because sometimes you could just be extra silly just to be extra silly. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that. Taraji, she held it down.
It sounds like you're talking about the 2023.
Damn. AI on your phone. My phone just started talking to me. I was just like, yo, it was answering me. It was answering me back about what we was talking about.
Always listening.
Well, AJ, I don't know if you noticed when Cedric was going through scenes, right? He always kept his hands moving.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So I don't know if you even picked that up, right? Because even though he didn't have certain lines in the scene, he was carrying a certain emotion to support what was going on in the scene. It was deep. It was deep.
You heard me say when and we're not gonna tell too much because a lot of people read our reviews and they tell me they coming to New York to see it. My friends from Atlanta was like, oh, they read the review and they were like, yo, got on the line and it was like, yo, I'll be out there in June. I'm coming for the June show. Like, but so the scene, so just this one scene where old boy pulled out the knife. And I remember, and I said to you, what does Cedric have in his hand? Like at some point you thought he was about to do something, like he was about to like, you know, jump him or take the, you know, disarm him or something. I said, yo, he got something in his hand. He about to do something. Like, remember I kept telling you because he was moving like he was about to do something, you know, and but I was like, Taraji, I was impressed. You know, sometimes she do those, you know, sister girl roles like Empire and stuff like that. You know, she get typecast, but so you don't realize her range. You don't realize her range. And playing this character, playing Bertha, she really rocked. You know what I'm saying? And she leaned into that. And like you said, this was set in the 1911. So August Wilson has 10 plays that all are in Pittsburgh, and they like a decade, the 1900s, 1910, the next one. This is the second in the line. The next one after this, which is 1920 something, is Ma Rainey. I forgot what the whole title of it, but Ma Rainey is the next one in line. That's the only other play I seen, and it was like, yo, I'm really feeling August Wilson. Like I'm new to the whole. I knew the name. I really hadn't really been up on him like everybody else, and I'm glad I didn't because it was like refreshing to discover him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, to discover his work really firsthand for the first time. So it's definitely, we definitely recommend it. Like I said, I know a lot of people. And then my man Reggie from the Black Firefighters in Yonkers, Damon, he just sent me a picture after reading the review, holding his playbill. He's like, I seen it too. Like, people is going. And the line was ridiculous when we first got there. I was like, yo.
Yeah, it was. It
Yeah,
was.
you thought they was giving something away free. That line was so long.
But you know when I so this is the third August Wilson play that I've seen, and you know, mental health within our community is such a outcast, right? But like you saw yesterday when we were watching it, even in 1911, it was something that we were dealing with and still didn't have the tools or the language or the right resources to deal with it properly. As I don't want to tell this whole story, but yeah, anybody that knows August Wilson, it usually has a person dealing with connection, dealing with family trauma, dealing with separation, dealing with slavery and being ripped from your family, and actually kind of weighing those things that you have to continuously move forward because that's what everybody's telling us to do, and you can't stay still, but holding the weight of it. And I love the way August Wilson kind of unravels it.
And the different individuals in the play, they all were searching for something, and you know their story, and it was so intertwined and overlapping, and it was out, man. It was, and so this is gonna be the first of many. We're gonna do some more reviews like this, and we're gonna go to, you know, once we send our reviews into the publicists, we should be going to a lot more of the Black plays, you know. We were talking about that, Damon. We were talking about just doing like a segment, like, you know how we did the show where we did a show on sinners. We talking about maybe me and her, we doing a little we review certain Black movies and Black plays and Black stuff. We have like a little segment, like you have your all week. You got little segments all week, and we do a little half an hour segment one of the days that you don't have. Absolutely. So we were talking about maybe doing something like that.
We need to do old and new movies because it's a lot of Black folk.
Absolutely.
And I say folk that have not seen a lot of Black historical films.
Right.
And it's young, even kids. Like, I'll say kids because I feel like I'm old now. But in their 20s, they never seen Cornbread Earl and Me. What?
Yo,
I didn't see that.
Yo, Damon, I was making references to Claudine, and and Brenda's daughter was like, "What's that?" Like, I was just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it's just like, yo, you know, so, and it's funny you said that. I'm glad you said that because I've been taking a lot of old, like some of the old albums and reviewing them now. Like I did Chico DeBarge recently, you know what I'm saying? I did the 36th year anniversary of Public Enemy. So, you know what I'm saying? So people, so what's great about what you're saying, so people will discover it for the first time. And a lot of people our age sometimes will rediscover it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so yeah, we're gonna come up with a nice little title for the segment and just review and do some reviews and stuff like that. That's gonna be really dope. So yeah, look out for the Ruben Santiago Hudson interview. Do it. It won't be live. I'll just record it and then put it up and you know, in an article or something. So that's coming soon. Before I go any further, happy birthday to Black Westchester Mistress of Information, Brenda L. Crump. It's her birthday today.
Oh, it's her birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah, it's her birthday today. So, you know what I mean? So, happy birthday to her. So back, Larnett, so you don't know the joke. So there'd be times where me and Damon, we'd be in the studio back then. We was in the studio. You know, we'd be talking about something and somebody'd be like, yeah, Damon would be like, yeah, there was a book by so-and-so and so. We couldn't think of it. And next thing you know, it comes across the screen. She done looked it up and she done gave us the information. So we was telling you when it came out, where it was published and all that. A lot of that stuff came from her. People didn't know behind the scenes. She was feeding us the information. So like, yeah, she was always holding us down. So shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? She's a big advocate for the students and schools and stuff like that. So shout out to her. Today's her birthday.
Well, she got a good birthday because my oldest daughter is born today. She turned 28. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
So Miss Crump is just a couple years older than 28, but just a couple more years older than 28. Word up. Shout out to Information Man Shows at Peace and Respect. Look like a new listener. I've never seen you before, but welcome to the show. And CKH937610. Don't know what your real name, but you are a loyal listener who's on every week and comments. And so welcome to the show. Welcome to everybody else on the show. Also, do me a favor, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you right now click like. If you haven't already, click subscribe. If you like what you hear, leave your comments and hit share and share it with everybody else so we can continue to broaden our brand and, you know what I'm saying, and reach more people. So that's the one way you can support. Like, you don't cost you nothing to support that way. So appreciate it. He said shared it already. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So wait, right? Yeah, Lynette's got another article that she just did. Event she went to. I know she was telling me about it ahead of time. You want to spend a few minutes to talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. So Saturday morning, 9 a.m., I drove up to Kensico Dam Plaza.
Kensico Dam.
Kensico Dam Plaza. You know I'm a tourist. Right? And I met Girl Track, right? And they are a group of women who walk 2.5 miles once a week on Saturdays. And I didn't expect for it to affect me the way it did, right? It was simple. It was small. There were about 8 women who were there, but just being in community, moving, breathing, it felt slow. And I felt connected in the space. We had great conversations. If you want to know more about my experience, if you want to show up and support what they're doing, because they're out there every Saturday, you can check out all the information in Sisters in Step. And that's the article that I just wrote about the outing. And yeah, I think that's everything. But it was great. I've never been to that part of Westchester. The scenery was great. You know, I had to give a little water to the forest for libation because I was walking through and it was holding some of my thoughts and stuff. But yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah,
they have a bunch of stuff up there, like an African American Day festival or something, whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to that. I took a picture.
With a bunch of vendors. 1 year, me and Damon and Sandra Blackwell of Westchester County Press and Justin Waters and a few other blacks in media, local. We were all honored up there. About 10 years ago. Gee whiz. Yeah, about 10. But they do that every year, and then they don't just do the African American. No matter what you are, they have like a thing for the Irish, a thing for the Italian thing. They have a festival, I think, for all the different groups and stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
well, the park is beautiful. The dam is beautiful. I was a real tourist. I was stopping at every statue, reading. I was taking pictures.
That's what's up. Again, it's beautiful to discover things for the first time, right? Like this discovering it for the first time is a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Westchester has some nice stuff, man. You just got to go out and find it.
And there's a lot of the stuff people are like, oh, I got no money. There's so many things you can go that cost you very little and so many things to see that we don't even know. Mm-hmm. And there's Black history here that we don't even know. Like we don't know, we pass by it, we don't visit it, we don't even understand the history that has happened on this area, the 914 area we live in. We don't even know all the history that happened here. All right.
Mm.
Yeah, I went to hip hop bingo. Very interesting. Hip hop R&B bingo.
Yeah, you were telling me. You said you was trying to get through. You said you got to get up there in time to see if all the tickets are sold or something. Yeah.
My wife late as usual. Walking in strong J, 30 minutes late. But at the end of the day,
Damon, queens are never late, sir. They right on time.
No, they're late when the king is paying for the ticket. Absolutely. When the king pays for the tickets, the queen is late. When the queen pays for her own ticket, she's on time whenever she gets there. Let's make that clear. Let's set the record straight. Okay.
It's always divine timing. It's always divine. So you might think.
Listen, let me tell you something. Ain't never divine timing with my pocket. Right? I'm happy she had and she alive. Other than that, you late. And sometimes you fucking late. Then sometimes.
Yeah, some people don't play that. Some people don't play that. My dude Dave, that hooked us up. He said he went to one of the Knicks games, and he was taking his girl, and she was meeting him there. He said, "Okay, she had me miss the national anthem. That's cool, but when you had me miss part of the first quarter, he said, I got to leave you." He said, "I'm not missing the tempo." He's like, he went inside, and she's like, she coming to text him like a half an hour later, like it was second quarter.
Exactly. Yeah. And this is what I try to explain. I try to explain to my wife. She's like, "Oh, I've been there before." Now, I am the one that pays. So I said, "When have you been to the winery in Hudson Valley?" Because I've never been there. Oh. I said, "Okay, well, she said she'd been there, And it was 30 minutes away from me. I don't know how she thought it was 30 minutes away from Mount Vernon.
You not 30 minutes away, man. Ask Bob. Me and Bob took that trip. Bob was like, where does David live?
Far enough away from you niggas. That's where I live. Far enough away from all these niggas. But anyway, so when she finally put it in the GPS from Mount Vernon, it was an hour. I said, well, that's what but these days in 2026, man, we don't know a goddamn thing. We don't know nothing when you're talking to a woman. You don't know nothing. So, okay, the 30 minutes went to an hour. And she strolled in there, Strong J, at 1:45. No, maybe later than that. Because of her hour. Then she got lost. But anyway, I had a couple of drinks. I didn't play bingo. I just enjoyed the music. Because the way they was doing it was too much work. I was like, nah, I'm just going to drink. Enjoy. I'm just going to drink and enjoy. I'm just going to have a couple of drinks and enjoy the music. But it was nice.
This was yesterday?
This was today.
Oh, okay.
Today.
Oh, because I was talking about you yesterday. I was like, yeah, I'm working on an article when I get home. That's if David didn't stop at Anthony's, get a little lit, and go home and crash.
Man, I came home, man. Listen, let me tell you something. That drive is getting harder and harder for me to make. So I don't even make no more detours. I just come straight home, bro. Because I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people do it.
Well,
but it was nice to see, but it was black people up here. Like for somebody that got some money to burn, to do something up here for black folks, you're gonna be a millionaire. Because it's a lot of black folks up here. They just do. Montika just called me before the show started. They're doing something at the brewery over here. She was like, "Oh, it's a whole bunch of black people." I was like, "Yeah." You get shocked when you see a whole bunch of black people in one day. Up there, you're like, "What's going on? What happened?" Where the black people come from? Yo, there was a comedy show with Capone was up here.
Okay,
and he got on stage. He was like, "Yo, I would never think there was this many black people." He got on stage. He's like, "Where did y'all come from?" He said, "I done drove like 8 hours to get up here to see all you niggas. This is insane." Like, yo, there's a lot of black people up here, but you know, they work. And by the time you drive that to, especially if you live down in the city, most of my complex work in the city. People that work up here, they work in the city. So that's a 2-hour drive. You coming from Rikers Island and you driving up here, or you're a police officer, by the time you come up here, it's a wrap. You going to bed because you got to get up the next day and drive. My next door neighbor, who just moved up here, just bought the house next door to me, he drives his wife to work. She works in the city. And he just stays down there. I was like, yo, dude, I told him, I said, bro, I'll give you 8 months and you're going to be buying your wife a car.
Oh, he drives it because she don't have a car? That's why he does it?
Right, because they moved from the city, lived in the Bronx, so they don't have one car. So I said, I told him, I said, first things first, you know, I know you just bought the house. Everybody tight when they buy a house. I said, once you get your money back up, you're gonna need a second car.
Mm-hmm.
Just to have one on GP, because if one break down, you gotta have a car up here. You gotta have 2 cars up here. That's the religion.
Dang.
Then that's part of your religion. That's part of your religion. Listen, I be watching some of my man. I be watching some people. I don't know how they do it. There's some people that still catch cabs up here. Nigga he said for sure, right? For sure. If you live up here, you better have 2 cars. You better have a hoopty. You better have something. If you got the joint, you better get a hoopty. You better, because you're gonna put in a month. You're gonna put miles on it.
Wait, because you're not even Metro North don't even go where you at, right?
I haven't figured it out yet.
Oh,
so they fake go to you.
No, I don't know. Like
so it goes somewhere near you. You got to get off. It's still a distance.
I just don't know how to do it, because I know I met someone that lived up here at a barbecue. She works in the city, and she said she takes the train, but I've never figured it out because I don't want to figure it out.
Well, you wasn't a big train person here, so I mean, you wasn't
exactly that case in point.
We were going to the city. We were going somewhere, Lonez, and he was like, "Yo, so I'm just going to drive to your house, park the car in front of your house. We just going to Uber from your house." Like, he was like, "Nah, we ain't doing no train." Like, we just going to park the car in front of your house. We're going to Uber from your house to the city, and then Uber back, and then come and get my car and go home. He's like, "Yo."
Chris Lattimore took me on the train. I was like, "Dude, what are you doing, bro?"
What, on Metro North or the subway? Metro North or the subway?
Yeah, he took the subway.
He got you on the subway?
Man, I was so pissed. I was so disgusted and pissed. I was like,
Chris, I gotta give you brownie points. I ain't never been able to get David on no subway. Like, I'm just like, what the hell?
No,
that wasn't even a suggestion.
He's sucking me into it because I thought where we was going.
Oh, yeah, that is. I looked that up before. That is true. There's a train in Wallkill
outside of that's where I live at. Yeah. I see the train station. I never see the train. It's just like up here. There's a bus, right? There's like buses. I've never seen one. My friend actually, when we was talking, I said, "Dude, I've never seen a public bus up here. No, I've never seen a bus stop. I've never seen a bus stop. Just a regular bus stop with people sitting there waiting on the bus. I've been up here 7 years. I have not seen a bus stop, and I haven't seen a public bus." Then somebody sent me the bus routes. I said, "Well, they ain't running when I'm out here driving around." I ain't never seen nobody standing for a bus stop.
Yeah, but 9 times out of 10, if you up there, you just chilling in the house. You ain't really out like that.
Yeah, but I go get some food. I go shopping. I go out. I go get my manicure, pedicure. I still don't see on the main joint. I don't see no buses. I don't see no people waiting on the bus stop. I haven't seen anything like that. I just see people driving in cars. That's it. I have no. If you rely on public transportation, this is not the place for you. No. This is not the place for you. This is not the place for you. One of my next door neighbors, she didn't have to get in the car because them cabs were killing her. This is not the place for you. You ain't got to worry about nobody hanging out because This is like
they're hanging out. They lost. They just
this is like Negro fortified, because if you ain't your buses and public transportation, no, people that live like that, they can't live up here. They can't. They can't. They will not survive. And they definitely won't survive in the wintertime if they got to walk to the Walk Hill train station, because the snow up here is no. Forget about it. Now, I don't even come outside for that.
We had to go do something on this, and just a couple of flakes came down. They even went outside and a couple of flakes fell. That's all it was. He's like, nah, I can't go. It's snowing. Like, dude, nothing even came down. Just a couple of flakes. Like, he was like, nah. I'm not even driving down there. It's snowing. It's snowing down there, so ain't nothing happening down here. He said, I seen a couple of flakes. I'm going back in the house.
If it's snow up here, I don't leave the house. When I was working, I didn't leave the house. I watched my daughter, I watched my wife get in the car and drive through the snow and storm. I'm calling in sick. Y'all not seeing me.
Yeah, there's been a lot of those nights. I'm like, dude, you calling me? Ain't you supposed to be at work? Oh, nah, man, it started snowing. They know they don't see me when it snows.
That's how you protect yourself.
No, but also you can do that when you got 30 plus years on the job. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't a new jack. So they
you can do that when you understand the system.
Yeah.
That's true too.
When you mastered the system. I mastered the system for 17. It was 7 when me and my wife got married. That's when I mastered the system. After our wedding, when I fractured my knee, I learned how to master the system, and I mastered the system from then to the day I retired. That's why young people that are watching, even older people that are watching, we have to read and comprehend. Like some people don't even read their policies at work. They take the next person's word for it without reading the policy yourself. Or if you're in a union, read your contract. Don't listen to the next person about what's in the contract. Read it for yourself. We're in the age of technology. You could just get your contract PDF, put it up in the ChatGPT, and it'll tell you how to. It'll tell you how to.
Right. Tell me the bullet points. Tell me what I need to know. Yo, because I'm gonna be honest. When these lawsuits come out, they be like 40, 50 pages. That's what I do. Break it down for me. Give me the bullet points. What do I need to know? And it spits everything out, and it tells you what page is on, so you can then look at that particular paragraph you need to, or whatever, on your own. Like,
all right, but I'm not gonna say cheat codes. It'll tell you how to maneuver yourself.
Yeah.
Because I know an officer that always tried to do something crazy and it always got suspended. I'm like, dude, stop trying to cut corners.
Oh yeah.
Just do your job, bro. But maybe I could do it like this, and then next thing you know, he's suspended for 9 months. I said, I don't know how you're gonna keep your job. I don't know how you're gonna keep your job, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, for everybody that has been watching, what I wanted to say, how am I gonna say it? Supreme Court ruling, right? The Supreme Court ruled on they actually ruled on districts. No, gerrymandering, right? Districts. And what we see in social media is that they're saying that they're taking black folks' rights away, their voting rights away. Black people can still vote. Newsflash, we can still vote. There's still going to be candidates that we can vote for. We can still go to the polls and we can still vote. The issue, well, let me play this from this lady. What's her name? She's from New York, and she's the head of the Congressional Black Caucus. Video file. And then we can have a conversation from what she says, because there's some things that's kind of crazy.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Congresswoman Yvette D. Clarke, Chair of the Congressional Black Caucus for the 119th session of Congress and proud representative of New York's 9th Congressional District, located in Brooklyn, New York. So let's tell the truth, plainly and without apology. American democracy has never been fully formed and has never been equally accessible. Every inch of progress in this country has been fought for, won through struggle, through resistance, and through the courage of people this nation tried to leave behind. We did not become a truly multiracial democracy until the Voting Rights Act of 1965 enforced the 15th Amendment, because Black Americans demanded the right to be seen, heard, and counted. That progress was paid for in blood, in sacrifice, and in unbreakable resolve. And now, 60 years later, we are watching that progress be ripped away. With its decision in Louisiana v. Calais, the Supreme Court has opened the door to a coordinated attack on black voters across this country. This is an outright power grab. It's about silencing black voices, dismantling majority black districts, and rigging the map so that politicians can choose their voters instead of the other way around. We've seen this before. We know exactly what this leads to, and we will not go back. For years, we've sounded the alarm on the Voting Rights Act as the Voting Rights Act was chipped away piece by piece. Today, the consequences are here, and they are dangerous. Let me say this clearly. The legitimacy of this court is in crisis. This is not the court of Thurgood Marshall. This is not the court of that delivered Brown v. Board of Education. This is not the court that expanded freedom and moved this nation closer to its ideals. This is a court that is turning back its back on that legacy and on the people it is supposed to serve. But we're not powerless, and we're not backing down. The Congressional Black Caucus is prepared to take any measure necessary to protect black voters in this country. We are demanding an immediate vote on the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act, and we will not accept delay, obstruction, or excuses. We will and we will go further. We will fight for Supreme Court reform. We will pursue term limits for justices, and we will do what it takes to restore integrity, accountability, and trust, because no institution is above the people it serves. So let me be clear. This fight is not just about Black America. It is about the future of American democracy itself. So to anyone who thinks that we will be discouraged, to anyone who believes that we will be silenced. To anyone who hopes we will sit this moment out, you are mistaken. We will organize, we will mobilize, and we will fight. When November comes, as we show up in numbers too big to ignore and too powerful to suppress, we're not going back. We will not be moved, and we will not stop until this democracy works for all of us. We're not going back.
Okay. What do y'all think?
I'm gonna let y'all speak. That was heavy. That was a lot.
Okay, so the court ruled on gerrymandering bipartisan. It ruled on party. Didn't take black folks. So the lawsuit was about race. The court said it wasn't about race. It was about political party. Right? So the black district, they said, was illegal. Because the district was
second black district, yeah.
Yeah, because it was created not by party, it was created on race. That basically you could gerrymander, right? But you can't gerrymander based on race. You can only gerrymander based on party. Right? This is even when Republican, which he also mentioned. Right. So here's the key. Nobody told black people to be 90% in one party. I'm going to say it again. Nobody told black folks to be 90% in one party. The reason why you're in Democrats is by choice. It's not by race. See, we're in this thing that the Democratic Party is, if you're a Democrat, it means you're black. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So that's where we get it from, and that's what they're almost saying, right? Because they haven't taken away your right to vote. They haven't taken away your right to go to the polling places. There's still going to be Democrats and Republicans on the ballot. But New York does the same thing. I don't understand. So what's the problem? Matter of fact, New York gerrymandered their districts to knock out the two first black congressmen, Jamal Bowman and Mondaire Jones. So
wait. So you said that wrong, no, but they.
Well, how did I say it wrong?
No, they didn't do it to do that. That was the.
What do you mean they didn't do it to do it? Wait, you talking about Mondaire Jones?
Listen.
You talking about 16 and 17? They
Listen.
did it. They did it. They did it to get rid of the blacks because Lattimore, he wasn't announcing he was running until the districts was changed. Come on,
Listen.
bro. You know
Wait. Stop.
I was reporting this, man. I know what I'm talking about.
So first,
they knocked out the black man. Let's make it clear.
Okay, that's the unintended. Can I talk? So
that's the unintended consequences.
First, the Democrats got their hands caught in the cookie jar by trying to gerrymander the redistricting. A Republican challenged it and set what they call a master to redo it. And the redistricting, which is a result of what the Democrats did, who already had the majority. They didn't really have to do what they did because they had 7 out of 10 districts or 8 out of 10 districts.
We're not talking about that.
Wait. Can I finish?
Mm-hmm.
This is what happened. Because they did that, and because the Republicans challenged that, then the master that they put in, they call it a master. I hate using the word master, I'll be honest. So the master they put in basically redistrict, and the result of the redistricting is what knocked out, which weakened the power of the black vote in the 16th district. And listen, if the Democrats didn't do what they did first, none of this happens.
No. But they were going to do that regardless. What they did to 16 and 17, that's what they was doing regardless. Because that was the advantage. That was the advantage. And if you look up what Lattimore said, he was basically basing his campaign on the districts, whether they were changing, because he knew.
But still, what you're saying is part two. Part one is what they did that caused part two.
No.
You got to tell the whole story. You got to tell the whole story.
No, they still get the blame. I don't think they do. The blame is where it is.
Listen, Damon, you're not listening. Nobody's disagreeing with you. I'm blaming Democrats too. Like sometimes sometimes when I try to add to what you're saying, you just tune out.
No, but
I'm not listening. I'm agreeing.
All right.
Let me finish. I'm agreeing. This is all because of what Democrats did.
Okay,
and this is a result.
And my point is this: where was the outrage then? Let's just get to the bottom point. This sister here is from New York. Where was the outrage then? Where was the outrage when they lessened the black vote and increased the white vote in District 16 and District 17? Because ultimately they end up losing the district to a Republican 17. So where was
the what the redistricting actually did, the final redistricting, it actually ended up putting where Mondier lives in 16. So Jamal and Mondier would have had to run against each other because his address now was in 16 where it was in 17 before. That was the beginning of it, which opened the door to Lawler and all of them to come in. Well, opened the door to Sean Patrick Mahoney. Opened the door to Sean Patrick Mahoney, who ran on a different district to then try to do 17.
Well, how did Mondier run in the city?
Huh? We're not talking about you're mixing things
up. No.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, why couldn't Mondier run in 17? Because he ran in the city. Did he have a apartment?
No, he should have ran in 17. He bowed down to the DCC. Sean Patrick Mahoney, with that, I hope I'm pronouncing the last name right, decided to run in his district, and because he's the DCC, I guess that's the head dude in the Democratic Party. He then was at first going to challenge Jamal, and then he allowed himself to get talked into to some district in the city, which I don't know what the hell he was thinking. So that's a whole nother story.
He thought
that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story.
He thought that because he was gay and he was running in the gay district.
The stone
whatever.
He
thought because the district is basically a gay district, right? He thought because he was gay that he was going to have an advantage.
Stonewall, was that it?
Yeah, the Stonewall district. That he was going to have an advantage. But guess what? Those gay white folks voted for a straight white man. So at the end of
so this is what I find weird about these organizations, right? Who lights a fire for you to push forward with certain objectives? Because clearly our history has plenty proof of references for us to understand and know what it feels like for things to be shifting in the wrong path, we'll say. Why we so slow to initiate? Why we so slow?
Initiate what?
Some type of a kickback. Some type of I'm standing up.
So
standing up for what?
Wait. This is exactly what they tried to do. The Republicans were known for gerrymandering and stuff all over the country. The Democrats who had a stronghold tried to play the Republicans' game and tried to do what the Republicans did, and they lost. Because
no. The Democrats been gerrymandered. If you look at all the states, they all gerrymandered. So everybody's playing the gerrymandering game at this point. The Democrats been gerrymandering, bro. They've been doing it, they've been doing it hard here in New York. You know, I mean, it's the chickens are coming home to roost. Now with this ruling, everybody's going to gerrymander.
Well, I see the first part of our guest has just come up. But the bottom line with all of this, and to say this with everything else, laws change all the time. The point is we as a people have to, read and find out how to navigate through this, and how do we still succeed in this new situation, and until it can be changed if it needs to be changed. But how do we just, it happens, and we, after the fact, we try to be, reactive. You know what I'm saying? Like so what does that mean for us? How do we navigate through that now? How do we see any kind of success through that now? That is what needs to be done right now. Talking about something, you can't change it right now.
No. Well, no. We have to.
How do you navigate through it? How do you still find success for your people in it? Because that's what it is. That's the law right now.
It goes back to your interests. We don't vote our interests. We vote party. Whether the party is against our interests. Child of God said it. He said we are in reset mode. We're gonna have to reset. We're gonna have to reset how Black people look at politics.
And that's what I'm saying. How do we,
from representation to outcomes? We gotta start looking at outcomes.
How do we?
The hell
how do we navigate through this new situation? Right. How do we find?
Well, we're gonna have to navigate because as a group we're politically illiterate, and that's the way Democratic wants it. Yeah, I listen. I totally agree. I totally agree. There's going to be a great reset. If it doesn't happen now, trust me, it's going to happen in 2030.
Regular Black American people coming together and figuring it out. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's the point I'm making.
It's going to happen in 2030. Once the census hit.
Do we have interest on paper or planned out? That's another thing. Bob always said the failure is not planning. He always said that's one of the biggest failures is not planning. And now that we got our two guests, I just see both of them click in. We're going to table this right now. We're going into our next segment.
I'm going to set the screen up.
Yeah, while he's setting that up. So yesterday there was Save Mount Vernon had a rally on the steps of City Hall, where it kind of was an open mic situation. So everybody who had something that addressed in Mount Vernon, they was able to come up and address what they needed to address. But a bulk of it was in support of Mount Vernon police officer Derek Williams, who we've covered extensively, and we'll talk more about it. But basically, he he was being fired. He was going to lose his health care. He got sick during COVID, which ended up getting sick and causing him to have kidney damage as a result of the COVID, and wasn't able to work. And now they didn't help him. Nobody helped the City Hall, the union, the police union. Nobody helped him with the paperwork to file for what he should have been filed for. And now his brother's fighting for his 207, his insurance, his 207C, everything. Basically, a lot of people dropped the ball. This brother showed up when nobody else showed up. He said yesterday, officers got these letters on why they could stay home because they were, they had these conditions and stuff and they couldn't work. He was there every day, and being there every day, he caught COVID. He showed up for Mount Vernon, and then when he needed it, Mount Vernon didn't show up for him. Basically, that sums it up. But we're going to get more into that. So we have the officer, Officer Derek Williams, and we have our brother Jesse Van Loo, Save Mount Vernon, who has been on the forefront of challenging the issues in Mount Vernon and definitely not scared to speak what it is and speak truth to power. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you, Black Westchester. Appreciate it for hearing our voices again. I know they heard it yesterday. Well, they heard the community yesterday, and that's what was needed. Hello, Derek. How you doing?
How you doing, Jess? How you doing? How you doing,
Okay,
everybody?
all right.
So
Jesse,
Jesse,
man, it's great to finally get you on the show, brother.
Yeah, you know, it's been a minute. Yesterday I did reach out to you. I said, yeah. So is my volume okay?
Yeah, your volume is good. So moving forward,
Can you guys hear me good?
Yeah, we hear both of y'all. So moving
Okay.
forward, Jesse, you decided to have this rally yesterday. We hadn't had one in a long time. What inspired that? What did you want to accomplish? What was the reason for the rally? We'll start from there.
Well, the reason was involvement, enlighten the community, basically know what's going on. So many people, Facebook politicians that, you know, they think they know everything. Jesse knows everything. I'm throwing people underneath the bus. And no, I'm not. No, what? Come out, take the mic, and understand what we're saying. Mm-hmm. It was time. They've been hearing my voice for the last 3-4 years. I'm putting a spot on y'all now. Come on out and say what's needed to be said. Don't worry about the retaliation, as they call it. Since yesterday, my phone was ringing last night as well as this morning for the reasons why a lot of people couldn't make it, and I accepted it. Moving forward, we're going to move forward, as they know. And it's a problem within the city. You know, they see what's going on. The mayor, city council, they walk around here with blinders on, like they can't see what the hell is going on. So I brought it to a front door of the people's house within City Hall to let the people know we're going to get stronger and the people's going to be more involved to hear our voices and to fight injustices, what's going on within the city. For law enforcement, workers, civilians, it doesn't matter. Change is coming and change is needed.
What were some of the issues that you wanted to definitely address and that other people eventually addressed at the thing? Because you had like an open mic thing, so a lot of people were able to come up and address their issues.
Yeah, the main one was Derek Williams. 17 years of service, I understand, and then for the mayor to turn her back, okay? We see in the post what she put on there and said by her family member. We understand that. But to protect and serve, and you turn your back, I had a problem with that. Second thing was we didn't get a chance to talk about the Mount Vernon's building department, which there was some paperwork I'm going to mail tomorrow. I'll be asking for a forensic audit. An audit hasn't been done in there. Let's see what they're going to find and what they're going to come up with. Okay, the parking garages is another one. We're going to ask for a structural engineer to come and survey those parking garages, because if they look at them, the damage I've seen, the pictures that I have, they may shut them down immediately.
Someone talked about that
within the city as well.
Somebody spoke yesterday, I don't remember who it was, and said their wife was an architect.
Oh, we can't hear you. I can't hear you. Damien's gone.
Can you hear me? Everybody can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So someone spoke yesterday saying that their wife was an architect and has seen what the conditions of the garage was and has forbidden them to park in that garage. I forgot who that was yesterday who made that statement.
I forgot, because you got two major garages here.
Yeah.
And like I said, I waited. And I figured I'd wait till the rally. And when I went in there last week and took the picture seeing it, I wouldn't park in there. I would advise anybody not to park in there. White Plains had a little small area that fell down. They shut it down. Mount Vernon parking garage is deteriorating. Stairs are closed, elevator working, the cracks and the columns is miserable. And for the leadership here not to see that, the mayor doesn't park in there. She parks behind City Hall.
Right.
City Council don't park in there. They park behind City Hall. So we residents, taxpayers, going in there, risking our lives every day, going in there, paying for a ticket or probably to a clerk's office or something like that. It's a shame that they neglected the city and the conditions that it's in.
Somebody said they believe it was Axel. I believe it was Axel too, who's the one that made that statement about his wife being an architect. I think that was Axel that said that. I couldn't remember because there were so many people.
No, it wasn't Axel. It was David, the guy that was stood up there with his wife. Yeah, the guy that stood up.
Oh, that's what it was? Okay.
Yeah, it was David that said that his wife was an architect. You know, but that leads you to question is, you know, if the parking lots is in these type of conditions, where's the money going? Right? Where's the money allocated to repair? I mean, the last time the parking lots, especially the one on Gramerton, you know, was talked about being repaired is when Andre Wallace has his little 3 months of mayorship. He was the last one that literally talked about and put people over there to start repair. I mean, around the elevator, the area, the elevator, and all that. That all was Andre.
Yes.
Right. That happened when Andre was mayor for the 3 months when all that stuff was starting to get fixed. You know, and it's a shame. Like I told Jesse, man, like I lived there, bro. And I mean, we used to go to City Hall. We used to argue about the taxis being out in front of the building and leaving the grease and the grime and all that. And they got that out. But just to come back and just drive down the street now, yo, that's insane. It's insane.
It's like a mess. No. Well, you know, people see it and don't want to say anything. The first thing they say to me is, well, don't throw nobody underneath the bus. Oh, why y'all complaining so much? No, we address issues that are there. And I would say, if you think I'm going to run you over, you know, they say, don't throw nobody underneath the bus. Well, damn it, move the hell out the way because we coming. That's my motto. These are serious issues within the city that this administration felt they neglect to see them. If I'm in the street every day and I'm riding around, I see them. They see them, but they fail to recognize it. And that's a problem. People are starting to wake up now. They're waking up, and some people are using their voice. We're trying to, like I said, form this group, and they want to use the word as moving forward. With them, we have no choice but to move forward. I can see the state coming here taking over this whole damn city within a year or two. A year or two, and I'm serious about that. So many people have called me homeowners about working and the taxes, double taxes, because they can't pay. There's 3 people that reached out to me this morning. They couldn't come because they're working 6 days a week now. They need Sunday to rest. She taxed them and double taxed them. Now the school board want to raise another 2.5%. I don't have the questions for them, but city council does. City council has to stop giving the mayor everything she wants. Say no. You're supposed to be serving the people, serving us, serving the city. Our best entrance moving forward, and they're not doing it. So 2 years, year and a half, they better have somebody lined up to run for mayor. That's what they need to do right now.
You really can't see where the money's going.
Right. Exactly.
All these increases.
Yeah. And then they're talking about taxing the city workers that don't live in the city.
And that's a big thing.
If that pass, that's going to be crazy.
Yeah. You got a lot of city workers that's pissed off. I can show you the messages on my phone and you can see. And Jesse don't share this, but you voted for, right? I'm gonna go there. You voted for, you know, cookouts.
Exactly.
That. You voted for.
Exactly.
You know how this works.
Exactly. You get the government that you vote for.
Definitely.
Elections have consequences. I've been saying this we're going on 12 years with Black Westchester. I've been saying that for 12 years. Elections have consequences.
Yes.
You know, we vote for, and one of the other things we have to stop doing in Mount Vernon, we vote against someone as opposed to voting for someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like we felt Ernie had to go, so we voted against Ernie and got Richie. We felt people felt Maureen had to go. We voted against Maureen and ended up with Deborah. You know, we're not paying attention to who we voting for. Right. We only worried about voting against. And see, part of that process is, some people got to go. But then you have to identify and then back the right person as a replacement, because taking them out and putting somebody less qualified in makes the situation worse. So so we don't understand. We don't understand the role we the people have to play in a lot of these situations. And that's one of the things I appreciated what you did yesterday, which is a little different. You were saying that you were putting it on the people. You were like, you know, you have to speak up. You have to share this. You have to say something. You know what I'm saying? And that was kind of the theme of the thing. Like couple people went a little off the rails, but you know, But you're gonna get that when you do an open mic situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talking about a couple of things, but one of the main issues was this brother next to you, on the screen next to you. I wanted to give Officer Derek Williams, a chance to speak because you were a main focal point, and for some people whose head has been buried in the sand or under a rock and still does not know what's going on with you, talk about your situation.
Well, my situation began in 2020 with the COVID, as everyone know, and I worked tirelessly every day, doubles, triples. They had a sheet of overtime sheet for weeks, and everybody just signed their name, and that's what I was doing to help. And you know, for months I was suffering, swollen limbs, the high blood pressure and so forth. And one supervisor who I told was going on was Chief Sexton, Stephen Sexton. He knew exactly what was going on with me, but I reached out to the PBA once, everything fell apart. My body fell apart. Couldn't come to work, and reached a point where I had to do dialysis. In 2023. It was 3 years after the COVID, and nobody helped. Went 2 years home, and nobody from the administration called me to see how you doing. You come back to work. Are you gonna retire? What's going on? Did you do this paperwork? Not a phone call from anybody. So it kind of felt like I was left alone. Then I actually, my doctor says that he thinks that I can work. Gave me a note, and I called the PBA, which I was directed to the PBA, and they reached out to Commissioner Gibson, and he told me that I have to be
Mhm.
100% before I return back to work. But I didn't know about the Americans with Disability Act and all these different laws that was put in place to protect me from people like Gibson. You know, but So I put my retirement in because I need a kidney. I don't think I had any chance to being 100%. My body is not what it was prior to COVID. So I was waiting for my retirement, and I got a call from the state said, probably in 6 months you might get your retirement. So I went in December of 2025 to inquire about coming back, and I was greeted with the termination letter. Saying, listen, we don't want you anymore. I spoke with Chief Gregory Addison or whatever he is. I don't know. His ranks change weekly over there, but um, and I reached out to him after I got my letter, and we was in the lobby. He kind of sighed and he threw his head back. He has back to me, and he told me, "Let's go outside and talk." And I said to myself, well, "I'm anemic, it's freezing outside." But I still willing. I went out to talk to him, and I'm thinking to myself, walking outside, like, why can't I go in his office to have a conversation with him to sit at his desk? It didn't make any sense. So we're outside, and I'm literally begging this guy, let me come back because, if you terminate me, I lose my health insurance, and Medicare only pays 20%. I haven't gotten paid since 2023. Have no salary.
Wow.
Um, uh, I wouldn't say I was broke, but I wasn't getting a steady income. Um, and he looks at me, and he tells me, it sounds like you need a 207C attorney. And then literally I could have break down in tears because I'm like, I need to come back. So I don't care about the money. Just let me keep my health insurance. This is what I need to survive daily. And he didn't care. He didn't care at all. And I told him I was going to go to the media, and he said, "Do what you got to do." So I said, "Okay." That's when I reached out to Mount Vernon News Center, and I reached out to Channel 7. And I'm sure the mayor knew what was going on, and she went on Channel 7 to act like she didn't know what was going on.
As
It,
usual.
it was kind of baffling
Man.
to me, and you know, I don't know if she has it out for me. I don't know. But there's some things I've been going through for the past 5 years since my father died, and it involves a substantial amount of money and property in Mount Vernon, and I didn't think why was she interjecting herself with that, but then I thought that we actually grew up on the same block. She grew up on Forest Block of South Third Avenue, and so did I. And I'm not sure. I don't know our age difference, but I really don't remember her from the block. But apparently they said she used to live on the block. But I don't know. I was always good with judging people's character from a child, so that's probably why I didn't know her. I don't know. But so
You
I, you
know,
know,
go ahead.
the people who I was in court with are all city officials, but none of them specialize in the field that my sister hired them for, which was odd to me, because it's an estate battle with circus court for 5 years, and none of them had any specialty in estate planning or estate work or surrogates work or anything like that. But it showed in court because both of them lost. You know, neither one of them are involved in the court case currently. So one of them, she appointed him as a current city court judge. So I was in circus court with a Mount Vernon city court judge, which I thought was very odd, you know. But I don't know what the relationship between the mayor and these lawyers. One of them used to work for City Hall and the mayor, probably currently do. Um, because I don't know people's job title over there, but in his testimony, he said he's a part-time worker for the city of Mount Vernon. So
That's crazy.
I don't know.
I want to clear up something. So I did one of the first times we interviewed you, and I did the story. I followed up with people in City Hall, and one of the things, the narratives that I was hearing, is that there was no proof that your injury was caused by COVID. So I'm always a research person. I looked it up. So one of the effects of COVID-19 can affect your kidneys. It's often causing what they call AKI, acute kidney injury, where kidneys drop functions suddenly. Um, the virus can cause kidney cells damage, promote blood clotting, et cetera, et cetera. And then something else that you mentioned, um, the swelling of legs. Some of the symptoms you can see: the swelling of legs, ankles, feet, shortness of breath, fatigue, et cetera, et cetera. So, long story short, I read that because kidney failure is absolutely one of the potential causes from COVID-19. Now,
Yeah.
everybody who had COVID doesn't have kidney failure,
No.
but you know what I'm saying. But it is one of the it is one of the causes of having it. So, and then a couple of people spoke. Former police officer Donnie Moore, and even Damon has talked about some law, and I'll let Damon speak about more of that, where the government filed if officer or first responder gets injured and gets COVID, and whatever happens from that, it's a line of duty injury. So technically, what happened to you should be classified as a line of duty injury. So you should have been immediately qualified for 207C. And then the other question that I had that I have not really gotten an answer. So if you're a police officer and you're in a situation like this, who do you go to? Ain't
So
that what the PBA is for?
yeah, so I went to the PBA and I went to multiple supervisors, and they all directed me to see Gregory Addison. He was the only person in the building that you can talk to for 207C injury. He gives the yes or no. So I never agreed with that because a person's individual judgment shouldn't take precedent over the city and
That's
the
right.
city government. I believe that should have been handled by board. You understand? A review board of a group of people, not just one person. It doesn't make any sense. So he was almost like a gatekeeper, basically, for line of duty injuries. But here's the thing: is I used to bring it to his attention because one of my coworkers, Michael Paulson, he did the research himself, and he said, "Listen, Trump just passed a COVID bill that would help you. And I brought it to Gregory's attention, and he will always give you a conniving smile, and he'll say, no, your injury is not considered 207C. Your injury is considered a off-duty injury. And for months, I used to always ask him, and I used to go to other bosses, and they'll say, you got to talk to Greg. You got to talk to Greg. And I'm like, can't talk to the kid, We can't talk to him. So I was just stuck, Well, you could even ask the PBA, Master Jojo. I even went to him multiple times. He reached out to Gibson, and he just shut it down. He said, no, he got to be 100% before he comes back. And I knew that people within that department got in trouble, and they put him inside. You had I don't even call names, but people got injured and they got promoted. People did certain things, got in trouble. They stuck them inside. They
That's right.
They find a place for them.
Well, one of the last, not this time, but the time you went, and then you and Davey went up to whatever department y'all went to inside City Hall that day, and then it started raining. One of the former officers said they actually do assign people light duty. She said when she was hurt, she personally was assigned to light duty, and she named another officer who was pregnant and was given light duty. So like they do, but I listened to words, and the first thing that I heard was from the News 7, Channel 7 interview. You said, and the words, if this is the wording they used, this is the wording you said. They said there's no light duty for me.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how it is.
Not that there's no light duty. That's what there's no light duty for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how they told you, but this is what you said. And if they said that to you, that always struck me. So they're telling me there's no light duty for you. Not that there's no light duty. There's no light duty for you.
Yeah. So it just didn't make any sense, because I'm an experienced officer, been there 19 years working ESU, and never had one civilian complaint against me. So not to say that
I can tell you that because I know all the officers who do have complaints against them, because I get phone calls, and I ain't never heard of you before this. So I'm gonna be honest, I honestly never heard of you before this incident. So obviously you don't get a lot of complaints because people ain't calling me about you.
No, I used to do my job with respect, because I respect my father and my family, and I didn't want to do anything to embarrass him. You understand? So, I used to go to work, go home, never cause any problems. And that's part of the reason why when he told me that I can't put in for it, what I'm learning is I should have done it, whether he said yes or no.
Right.
And when you do that, you are considered a what? An insubordinate officer, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now,
I try to listen.
Okay, go ahead. Go, keep going.
No, go ahead.
So what I was told so you were turned down for a 207C hearing.
Yes.
Every person is entitled to a hearing. The
Yes.
hearing, and then I guess here's the evidence or whatever, and sees if you qualify to be on 207C. You were denied a hearing, from what I understand.
Yeah.
The like that doesn't mean that they're giving it to you. That just is the chance to prove your case in a setting where it would decide whether you have 207C. How were you denied the hearing?
Well, it reached a point where I submitted my report, and like 80 plus days went by. When I returned to the department with Jesse, as you remember, to submit another report to ask for an update. And for 3 months, I didn't get any response from the department. I kept submitting reports and nothing. And you was there, Jesse, when we asked, is Jerry retired? And what did Goldman? Goldman goes, no, he's not. He has to get his 207C. We're working on his back pay. This is what Goldman says.
Goldman said that? Goldman said that? He actually said that?
He actually said that.
And then he sent the paper that you didn't qualify for.
I got denied.
So I wonder who made the decision, because Andre Wallace, the councilman, made the recommendation to the corporation council that you should have your hearing. So we have to sit here and wonder who made the decision. And the mayor is not even going to. The mayor has decided that this issue is put behind her, so she doesn't even want to even address it. But guess what?
They just out of the blues made a statement about my retirement. And none of my social media accounts I posted about my kidney issue. Nowhere on my social media accounts I posted about my retirement. So these people are. I feel like I was harassed by them because they're posting about me on online, making all of these claims and statements about me, and I'm not even saying anything about myself. They're saying it about me.
Right. And for them to say, I believe in the letter it said it wasn't enough medical information. Bro, you was out for 2 years. You wasn't getting paid. You was out for COVID for 30 days. You had to call in every day. Like, that's how. I don't know if people understand how law enforcement agencies work. We just don't stay home. Every day you got to call in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And you got to stay in the house for the 8 hours, and they're able to send home checks.
Right.
I was hoping they was going to come by to check on me because I was feeling depressed.
And they didn't even check on you. And this is insane, man.
And she needs somebody would call me, at least remember me, you know what I'm saying? But nobody called.
And she doesn't even want to actually address it. And which is sad, which is really sad. And brother, we just got to keep fighting the fight and keep letting especially the Mount Vernon people know what they did to you. To let them know what kind of government they have.
It's not just me. You got a Brianna Mecca. You got Elias Reyes. All these guys got hurt while they were working, and the job treated them like garbage.
Wow.
Even with me, 3 years of salary, along with Mecca, a whole year's salary that the city collected taxes for, right? Because we are a number, as what the mayor claims us as being a number, right? What did you do with our salary if we didn't get it? Where did it go?
Right, exactly.
Did you put it in your raise? I mean, what did you
do? Since we talked about a statement, so I pulled up the statement. I'm going to read it, so at least what was said could be said, and we can address it on the other end. Statement from Mount Vernon, City of Mount Vernon. This was posted on CMV NY page 3 days ago. The City of Mount Vernon confirms that Officer Derek Williams has officially retired as of April 2026, following the extension of benefits approved by the mayor last December. This concludes the city's involvement in this matter related to his request for an extension to be able to retire. We thank him for his service and extend our best wishes to him and his family. At this time, any further inquiries should be directed to Mr. Williams' legal representative. So, if you want to address that, that's what statement that went out 3 days ago.
It is a fact that I retired, and I put my retirement in because I was afraid of losing my health insurance, and if they didn't want to take you back, Father taught me don't go where you're not wanted, because only Lord knows what they would have did to me if I would have came back.
Right.
So retirement means you get. So when you retire, you get part of your pension.
Only a portion of it. A normal retirement is 50% of your top years that you earn. Being that they let me stay home for 3 years, so now I have a total of 19 plus years on, and I just retired in April, and now I've had a total of 19 years on the job. 3 years without pay, and they collected taxes for my salary. And if I didn't get it, I mean, what'd you do with it?
What's in way?
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? Wait. What do you mean they collected taxes on your salary? Explain that.
Because the city has a certain amount of officers that they can collect taxes for. Apparently, as the mayor said, that she shorted, she removed some positions because why would you collect taxes for those amount of cops? And you're not paying it to anyone. But I'm sure my name was there and I was on the roster, but I didn't get my salary for some odd reason.
That's a
He
good
said that
point.
my injury was not line of duty, and so I can't get paid. And I said, all right, no problem.
So
You know,
I think that we also got to understand, you know, be, if it's 50% at 20 years, so because he didn't get 20 years, he's penalized in his retirement. He
so
gets
I'm only
penalized.
like 30%.
He only's collecting 30%. 207C is 75%, it's three quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So look at the amount of money from 75% to 30% that he's missing on a monthly basis. Right? The fact to add it in the healthcare, he has to pay in more in the healthcare. According to Darren Morton, right? He would, and I had a long talk with the controller. If he went out, if he went out, retired and went out the regular way, he would only have to pay 20%. Now he's paying 70%.
yeah.
Of the insurance?
Of the
Yes.
insurance?
Yes. So look at the financial loss that he's taking to do that. And the only thing he asked for a hearing. If he lost, let's say he lost the 207C hearing, he'll be paying what he's paying now. But let's say if he won, they didn't even give him the opportunity to go before an arbitrator and plead his case.
But there's laws put in place to protect.
Exactly. When there was laws put in place that they should have done it.
Because
Yeah,
Trump
there's a
passed
lot
the COVID bill, and I fall within those few months. I had COVID
That's right.
within those few months. As short as it was, I fell into that bracket.
So who's enforcing the policies and laws that are there to protect you?
Gregory Addison.
Nobody, because they all do what the mayor says.
Exactly.
But ultimately,
keep it 100.
Addison is the one to give the yay or nay.
No,
At the
well,
time.
right. But once we brought it, here's the thing. Once we brought it to the city council and they made the recommendation, who does it ultimately land on? It ultimately land on the mayor.
The mayor.
Because the commissioner works at the will of the mayor.
Correct.
And the mayor, only thing she had to do is say, give him his hearing. They would have gave him the hearing.
Yes.
Because let me tell you, Goldman been doing 207C for a long time.
No.
No. He was
Goldman just started.
No. What my point is, he was doing it when Montica got hurt.
Okay.
They just put Goldman back.
See, I didn't know that.
Right? They took Goldman out when they tried to suspend Montica when she was out on 207C.
See, when I was going through my thing, it was Addison.
Right. And he's the one that approved her. So Goldman he's not new to doing 207C. You understand? So if he told you that, then who told him to write that letter? Yeah. Exactly. It either had to be our affairs or it had to come from the mayor's office.
Yeah. Her name is on everything. She's making those decisions, Derek. Trust me.
I know. No.
Just like we went to the meeting that first time.
Sure.
With all the affairs, who came up in there? Malcolm, Jen Lackett. They all ran up in there because you had your paperwork. They wasn't ready for you to walk in there to get everything timestamped. They knew what they was doing. Time was the essence. And they was trying to stall you out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, 80 days passed, and the only reason why it came to an end and they respond when I gave Dave Clark my retirement letter from the state.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few days later, the mayor posted online that I retired and she has no plans for me. And that her only plan is to hope that I follow the directions for the state and whatever. I'm like, it's a bunch of bullshit.
So what can be done, and what's the plan from here forward? What are you trying to still accomplish? What are you
So,
trying to do?
so when I was outside talking to Gregory Addison, he said that I have 1 year to pull my retirement. That's what he told me. So,
Yeah,
I want
you
to
do.
know. I want to know if I'm able to pull my retirement and return back to work, or give me my 207C. You know,
Would he need that in writing? If he
I
said
No,
that,
no,
don't
no,
would
know.
you?
no. That's state law. He
State
has.
law.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
No, he
got
has
1
a
year to
year.
come back to
But
work.
you gotta get it. But the thing is, we gotta follow legal procedure because of the fact that they don't need to pull your retirement and they ain't giving you no hearing.
But
Right.
my
You
only,
understand?
my only worry is that the state deemed me disabled, but
No.
nobody.
Well, you would be deemed disabled anyway if you
But
won your
my thing is,
207.
nobody sent me to a doctor. The
And
job
and,
or the
and
state.
that exactly. And that's the most crazy thing. Nobody sent you. No, nobody sent you for a job.
I didn't go
You
to
know.
no IME doctor,
No,
no
no,
Dewey doctor,
somebody just
nothing.
did the paperwork as a favor to the city,
Yeah.
right? That's all that happened. I'm sorry,
And
because if you ain't,
I'm sorry, we've seen, okay, so we've seen this city. I personally have covered a story or two. The city does what it wants to do
wants
for
to,
who it wants to do. Because there was a prominent worker for the city who retired, and then he got put back on, and then he got his 207C and then retired again.
mm-hmm.
And his situation was way worse than your situation. There was some criminal stuff involved and all that. But we've
That's
seen
right.
the city move for a person it wanted to move for. Different administration, you know what I'm saying? Different, but still the city. And we've seen the city move for other people. Because I've talked to, like, there's a lot of officers and people high up that will talk to me, like Jesse said, but off the record, like, yo, AJ, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like that. And it's like, this city has a history of, if it's one of their people that they want to protect, that they want to do something for, they will do it. And my whole thing was, since I've been covering this story, the bottom line is everybody dropped the ball, including you, because there was things you should have done. Everybody dropped the ball. The PBA that didn't have your back. No, your superiors didn't have your back. City Hall didn't have your back. Everyone dropped the ball, but here we are. We can continue still talking about who dropped the ball, or we can talk about your current health situation. We could talk about how you showed up for Mount Vernon, and now it's time for Mount Vernon to show up for you. We hear from our elected officials that this is Mount Vernon. We take care of our own. You know what I'm saying? I hear this all the time. We take care of our own. This is not taking care of our own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And especially, again, I don't want to bring up the names of the other people because there was other administrations and stuff like that, and that ain't got nothing to do with this right now. But yo, there was criminal situations, and that person was taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
Up until he went to federal court, federal prison, he was taken care of. The last day he had to turn himself in. He was making overtime. Daily.
Right. But he had retired, and then he pulled back his retirement, then got on 207C, and then went back out again. So, yeah. So things can be done if you want to do it.
If it's who they want to do it for, basically.
Right. And my whole thing is, this is bigger than you. This the way I look at it.
I'm not the only injured person.
But we have a problem with getting people to join our department. And people who do join our department leave our department.
Or they get arrested.
If I was a candidate for officer and I'm looking at departments and I'm seeing what they did to you, there's no reason why I want to join the Mount Vernon Police Department. That's how they take care of their people. So
you're right, exactly.
Looking at that situation that may cause them not to join because of how this was handled and how you are being handled. And so it has a lot of unintended consequences to the situation. And it's my whole thing is there are things that can be done, and there are mountains that can be moved when you want to move them. What is Mount Vernon prepared to do now? Because again, and not to sound too bleak, if you lose your health insurance, eventually, and you got dialysis keeping you alive, eventually this is going to kill you. Like it's a death sentence on you by taking away from you. That's what I was like. It's like it's like sentencing you to death. Like, I'm sorry to use harsh words like that, but literally that's what my opinion was from the beginning. My perspective was. So we're going to keep continuing to speak. We're going to continue to shine light. I mean, there's still things you got to do you got to do.
Yeah.
But we're going to continue.
I'm glad I feel healthy now, so I can move around. But before,
what did I say to you yesterday? What did I say to you yesterday? I said, you look good, though.
Yeah, I feel great.
Out of the last 4 times I've seen you, you look the best you've looked.
Yeah,
like,
I feel great these days, man.
I don't know what you're doing differently, but you had a little energy. You were, you looked. That's the first thing I told you yesterday. I said, you actually look good. Like,
I feel good. My face is clearing up, but I still got a long road ahead, I have a rare blood type, so it's going to be very hard to find a kidney. But luckily, I almost had one 2 months ago. But it was prepping me to go to surgery, and when I went upstairs, my blood test came back. I had coronavirus.
Jesus.
So they
Man, you better start walking around with some masks on, man.
Nah, I do. But I can't breathe in that shit.
And that's the other thing.
I get lightheaded. I can't drive in that motherfucker, man.
That's the other thing that bothered me too. If you would have lost your benefits, that makes you that'll make you not a candidate for getting a kidney.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to use Mount Sinai because they don't really accept just Medicare,
Wow.
So.
Wow.
But
hey, listen, man, we got to keep it up. Go ahead, Jesse.
Yeah, we I got some ideas. I like to, shake the hell out of a tree now and then, and definitely going to call out the city council and the mayor, putting pressure on them. Some national attention, which was already there, but don't give up the fight. I got your back. Damon got your back. AJ, young lady got your back, and we're going to be there. I have a personal problem because for them to not even give him a hearing, like you say, right? Not even all the paperwork, attended, went, Golson said, he told me, we're going to work it out. He's going to get it. But to find out that they deny him even to say why or say why not, just shut the front door. And like I said, Derek, protect and serve. Damn, your wife a law officer. And I have a problem with that, not really taking care of their officers. Y'all go out in the street, hard work, emergency calls, backup, all that. It's a problem. In the city, the officers that are here now, see the way they're being treated. It's a problem. City workers as well, the same damn thing. A lot of them going through the things here, but this is personal. So now, the hell with all these damn photo ops. Open up these small businesses. It's not moving anything. Trying to make herself look good. I have a problem. Take care of yours. When we have emergency, who do we call? Mount Vernon Police Department. They're there. That's right. You never know what you're walking into.
Yeah.
But to shut the front door on you like that, they're not even giving hearing. The reason, excuse why not to. It's a problem. There's a lot of problems that the city has, and this is a major one. So basically, I had other issues yesterday, but that was the main topic right there, trying to bring people out. I had 2 interviews last week. I didn't put it out there. It was about you, Derek.
Yeah.
2 newspapers.
Yeah. Okay.
One from DC, one here. Yeah. So this week I'm going to talk about it. Hopefully they get involved. They still got time. I guess Damon going to let you know if you pull that retirement or not, but total BS that they treated the way they treated you. If they're doing that to you, what other officer they going to do to next? That's a problem.
The hearing thing bothers me because the way they say you can't win a hearing anyway, if I felt that way, I would give you a hearing and let you lose. At least it'd be like, we gave you a hearing and you lost. Now that makes my case. You know what I'm saying? Like if I felt that way, but not giving you a hearing there's a couple of things this brings up. You said something and sparked something else in me. You said something about, so what happened to your salary that you didn't get paid? Where did that go? Me and Damon have been saying that budget every year budgeted for, I forgot, X amount of officers. We never have that many officers. What happens to that salary? That budgeted money for those officers. Where did that money go?
Yeah.
Why can't we hire more officers? Like, we keep hearing all these reasons. It's budgeted for that. So you're taking that money and applying it somewhere else.
Probably a raise, 40% raise. I don't know.
Well, yeah, they all agreed to it and gave themselves raises. But like I said, waking these damn people up in the city of Mount Vernon, stop voting for friends, family, people I grew up with, who I went to school with. Oh, she know my mother. That's my cousin's friend. All that, and that's what goes on in the city right here. Like I said, my job, it's not even my job, I'm retired, is to make people aware. People need to wake up. They're starting to wake up. You can't vote that in. You know, people around us, the cities around us are thriving and moving forward. Only in Mount Vernon, we got these problems. You don't hear that throughout Westchester and other cities, but us, because the voters let it happen. They keep saying, doing the same damn thing, voting in their friends and family members. That's why.
There you go.
And people are tired of that shit. Excuse my language.
We're only 4
I'm
square
tired of
miles.
it.
We're so small.
But Jesse, wait. So I'm going to make a correction on what you said. They try this ish in other, but the people shut it down. They've tried it in Yonkers. They tried it in New Rochelle, but the people in Yonkers ain't having it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's. But they've been trying. They've been trying little things out there. The people shut it down. They come. Yeah. They step out. They will pack city council room. There's been some heated situations where like fights have broken out in city council rooms. Like I mean, like yo, the people will shut it down. They will not allow you to do it. And see, that's the thing. The we the people part, we can blame as much as we want on the leaders. The leaders are there because we hire. We literally hire.
We put them in place.
You put them in place. Your taxes pay their salary. The commissioners, as Damon said, work at the pleasure of the mayor. And we've seen that because when we had commissioners and it was no longer the pleasure of the mayor, they no longer were commissioners. We've seen how many of those we've seen over the years. So right. So, you know, but the people have power that they don't use, and we hand over our power to everybody else. That's a failure of the people. That's one of the things you were saying here, Jesse. The people have to speak up. The people have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired and complain and make their voices heard and make these people's lives miserable until they do what it is that we want them to do. And nobody is going to do what's good. We never got nothing as a people because it was the right thing to do. We got it because people fought tooth and nail by any means necessary to get it happening. And now we sit on our laurels and just think people are going to do stuff for us.
We got to move ourselves and do it ourselves.
What part of the game is that? Ain't nobody doing nothing for you. Ain't nobody fighting for you if you're not fighting for yourselves. No. Ain't nobody giving you nothing if you ain't speaking up for it. So the people, that's who, like, we got to stop just blaming these elected officials. The people, you're not doing your job either.
Well, we're blaming elected officials. The people vote them in. And
no,
basically,
I got that part. I was just saying, but I wanted to put the people, like, I wanted to let them off the hook. That's all.
They're not listening to us now. Once you vote them in, they turn it back. The blinders on. They're not hearing us. That's because they know we voted them in, and they could do the hell what they want. That has to change now. So I understand what you're saying, AJ, exactly. And they're doing what they want to do. We go to city council meetings. I don't go because we're looking to that matter. We'll talk about it later. And then you don't hear nothing again. So the best way to do is shake the hell out the tree, put pressure on them. And that's going to happen soon. You're going to see some movement a little bit. Ordinarily, like I said, I got a big pair of boots I'm going to put on. So you're going to see Jesse move a little different.
You know what else is different between Mount Vernon and the cities around us? New Rochelle is not a one-party city. Yonkers is not a one-party city. They're Republican city council people. Like the Democrats can't just move unilaterally. They're not a one-party city. That's another part. That's another thing difference between us and New Rochelle and us and Yonkers. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, they watch each other. You know, see what each other's doing.
And the other difference is districting for the city council. Both Yonkers and New Rochelle have districts. So at one point, at one point there was 3 or 4 city council persons all living in the same district. If we had district, only one of them could win. Like you'd have to have one person from each district. You know what I'm saying? Like in the district that they're running for, they know what goes on in that district. That they check on them people. You wouldn't have to go to the whole city council. You go to the person that's in your district. You know what I'm saying? Who's supposed to represent you? And New Rochelle has that, and Yonkers has that. Now I'm not saying that's a better way to do it, but you see that they're thriving, and that is another difference between us and them. So I'm just putting that out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? You do with it what you want with it, but you know.
People got to wake up and decide, put the right people in those seats. Like I said again, they reach out to me and, you got to stop throwing a man underneath the bus. No, it's not that. Oh, she's the first black female. No, race has nothing to do with it. Once you control that seat or you get voted in, you elected official, we should be able to definitely respect you, but address you. Assemble and protest. All that. It comes with the job. There ain't no free passes. There's no free pass no more. Give you a break. We gave you 4 years. 4 years of what? Nothing. I haven't seen no improvements. Everything is closing in Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon Police Department issues. The taxes, building department, Board of Ed, parking garages, the library, quality of life issues. All of that is on the plate of the mayor. And nothing is being addressed but photo ops and cutting small ribbons. Things got to change.
And then you got wait, and then in the same department, you got 3 officers arrested in a 3-week period.
Yeah.
And she has not addressed one. She has not came out from the city hall with the city council members and stood in the front and addressed it. Isolated incident. This won't happen again. We understand what happened. You just gave him a plaque. She has not said anything about the shooting, the van shooting, the gun selling, the stalking, nothing.
Oh, don't forget! Thanks for.
She hides from that.
The shooting where the person had the gun on him. Yeah, that has not been fully addressed either.
Nothing.
I got busy and I hadn't followed up on that. But thank you for reminding me about that.
That's not leadership. That's not leadership. You take the good with the bad. You stand in front. You address the city. You address the taxpayers, the homeowners. You let them know. Isolated incident. This happened. You can't say he goes to jail. He's innocent until proven guilty. But the thing is, when the shit hits the fan in the city of Mount Vernon, she disappears. You won't find her. But a bouncy house, hot dogs, cookout, photo ops, right there. Okay? People need to feel like I do. Tired of the BS in the city of Mount Vernon. Get ready in the end and have to find another mayor. Put city council members to understand to tell the mayor no. Put people that's going to take care of our officers. That's what's first. First responders, take care of them first. This city has a dark cloud over it. It's a damn shame that people accept it. They're comfortable with it. City's all right. It's going in the right direction. No, it's not. So hopefully they'll wake up. People reach and say they couldn't make it yesterday. I understand. I'm giving a pass. But don't come on page and talk about issues and politics. Well, damn it, you had an opportunity. Put your boots on, big britches, whatever you want to call it. You could have came and got the mic. So we're going to help Derek. I'm going to stand by your side, brother. There's other ways to. I'm going to shake it. I may be other place outside of Mount Vernon and shaking the damn tree to put pressure on the city council and the mayor that they dropped the ball.
Because I wasn't ready to retire. I'll be honest with you. I still feel strong,
Is there any for right now for this show, as we come to the close of the show, is there any last words you want to say to the people? How they can help or what they can do to assist you or anything? Any last words you want to say to the people?
Listen, man, just pay attention and listen to the story, and the different parts of the story of what's about to transpire.
Right.
I've been in Mount Vernon my whole life. Staple, Mount Vernon Avenue, 3rd Avenue. Everybody knows me over there. So, I'm looking for to be fair. I'm not asking for anything more or anything less than what I deserve, what I earn.
Right.
All the times when I came to work and I got the comp time, all that I used all that. All that is gone. And which it shouldn't have been.
Right. But we're gonna make it work, man.
Definitely.
We're gonna make it work. But I want to thank y'all brothers for coming on, man. I want to thank y'all brothers for giving the time. Jesse, I want to thank you for doing the work that you've been doing in Mount Vernon, holding people accountable and keeping people informed.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Derek,
Black Westchester.
we're gonna still fight.
Thank you, my brother, man.
Man.
Honestly, if it wasn't for you guys, I would have gave up a long time ago. I was ready to give up, man. You just go in the corner and hope I make it.
Yo, I
like
don't know
to thank
who.
all you guys, man.
I don't know who gave out these T-shirts yesterday, but I finally looked at what it said on it. The front of it says "Make Mount Vernon Great Again." The back part says "Make City Hall Great Again." I don't know who gave these shirts out yesterday.
I actually made them.
Oh, okay. Right. Matter of fact, you gave me because they said you got my size. You handed me one. Yeah. I was like, but I didn't read it until today. I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, yo.
So Mount Vernon is a jewel, but right now it needs to be polished. It's a little dull,
right.
You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely. We don't continue shedding light on the situation like we do. That's what we do. And, ultimately, the listeners, the residents, they got to make their own mind up. And Jesse, you keep doing what you're doing. Like,
appreciate y'all.
What I did notice yesterday, unlike a lot of the other ones, there were a lot of groups that showed up. Like a lot.
Yeah, look what you get in the back.
Some of them, maybe questionable, but we still getting more of these civic type groups and stuff.
How you doing? Okay.
Yeah, these civic groups and stuff, and more people are trying to come out different ways now. So, you're inspiring a lot of people. So,
yeah, they say keep hope alive, and that's what we got to do. Like I said, I'm there for all the issues, and to make Mount Vernon a better city, as they say, moving forward, we move back. But people come together, understand. Don't take my words as an insult. Take my words as a movement, encouragement. To make y'all come out and make Mount Vernon like New Rochelle, Yonkers on the rise, White Plains, Scarsdale, all them cities. We losing.
Yeah, my chicken said good luck.
All right.
He's like, good luck.
I heard that. That's right.
Yeah. So,
but hey, man, we're gonna listen, man. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
Well, I like to send a thank you to Ms. Parker in City Hall. Human Resources. She was a great help to me, and she showed a lot of compassion to me, and just want to say thank you to her.
Yeah, because once people know, you can't unknow, and if you have a moral compass, right, you're gonna do right. Like I don't understand why there's no moral compass in Mount Vernon. Like I really don't understand. And like AJ, like where the hell are the pastors? Like they don't say anything. They don't say anything. And let me tell you something. All the pastors, and I said this yesterday, and I'm saying it today. There's a lot of good pastors in Mount Vernon. There's over 300 houses of worship in a 4x4 square mile. 300. Now there's good pastors. But the ones that want to be in photo ops, that always want to be around the mayor, that always want to be, you say where is your moral compass with the elected officials? Because see, everybody should be outraged on what happened to Derek Williams because of the fact that he's born and raised in Mount Vernon, he's a police officer in Mount Vernon. And he's literally given his life to Mount Vernon, and these pastors they just stay silent. And I'm not talking about the ones that don't get into politics. I'm talking about the ones that's always in the mayor's face and always doing something about politics. Y'all say nothing.
Oh, they'll tell you who to vote for, D. Right?
Exactly. But they quit to tell somebody to vote for somebody.
Exactly. Yep.
And it's the ones that they're telling people to vote for is doing the people dirty. So what Jesus are you following? You can't even pick out someone with moral character.
Yeah.
What Jesus are you following? And then when they got a problem, they talking about they working behind closed doors. No. The only person that went behind closed doors was Nicodemus to Jesus, because he didn't want anybody to know that he was following Jesus.
That's right.
So if you're working behind closed doors and you following the mayor, you ain't following Christ. I'm gonna call it how I see it, and I don't care if somebody gets hurt, because the city is in hell, strictly hell, with all these pastors talking God, and the city look like hell, and it can't nobody tell me any different.
Call it like you see it, because you're calling it exactly.
You know,
Can nobody tell me any different no more?
Mm-hmm. You know,
But yet, yo, dude, I'm disgusted. I'm literally disgusted. And some of them, I don't care if they don't talk to me. You ain't gotta talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gotta be my friend anymore. Like straight music. At this point, I watched like almost a decade of this craziness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, he ain't from Mount Vernon. Well, sometimes I'm glad, because Mount Vernon people treat Mount Vernon people like
The worst.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it before. Everybody went to the same high school. Everybody hung out at the same park. Everybody knows everybody. Some people are first and second and third cousins of each other, and y'all still treat each other like shit.
Yep.
Never seen anything like it in my life. And some of y'all are related to each other.
Yeah.
That's what the crazy thing is. Third, fourth cousins and all this, and y'all treat each other like shit. Y'all done grew up with each other, but still treat each other like shit.
Yep.
The man was up the street, grew around. How do you do somebody like that you grew up with?
On the same block.
On the same block. How do you do that? I don't know, man. There's going to be a reckoning. There's going to be a reckoning for a lot of these pastors, bro. There's going to be a reckoning for this city. Straight music. It's going to be a reckoning sooner or later. Especially those that run around playing with God. Huh?
I still own that house.
It's going to be a reckoning. I'm telling you. You just can't continue to treat people like this. Yeah. And the universe doesn't give you something back. If it haven't already gave you something back.
That's right.
Yo, Derek, this is just a yes or no question, and I'll talk to you offline about this.
Yeah.
Is there a developer that's close to the mayor that wants that property for some development they're working on?
I mean,
yes or no? Just yes or no. Is that what
possible?
Okay. We'll talk offline, because I want to have my facts before I start making. I haven't really wrote that story because I don't have my facts together. But
yeah, I'm not sure the relation, but it's the same name, so I don't know.
You know how many people ask me, news people, what's really going on? It can't be what's really going on with Derek Williams for him not to get a hearing or deny the way the man's treating the city. What's really, I don't know. They even know that there's something else to it. I'm saying it's personal.
Exactly.
Why though? Well, why put yourself in the middle? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
AJ said he talked to you, so I'll leave it right there.
No, we go follow up on that part later, because I want to have all my. When I do that, and if I do that, I want to be like bow.
Okay.
I'll give you all the transcripts to read if you want them.
Okay, we'll talk. Yes, absolutely. So anyway, we're coming to the closing show. Any last words?
Appreciate it.
Larnez, any last words?
No, just keep fighting the good fight. Keep coming outside to talk. I feel like the more people that know what's going on, the faster we can
shine a light on it, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So this doesn't happen to not only you, but to no one else.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I want to thank. I'm about to close out. I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank Jesse. I want to thank Derek. I want to thank all the people who commented on the show. Make sure you check us out at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Meatless Mondays, and we're going to be discussing our health is a divine gift. That's 11 a.m. tomorrow, and at 8 p.m. is the publisher's desk. And I got my man, Alphesus Marcus, and from Harlem, and we are talking about crime, housing, education, and the real accountability in Black communities. That's 8 p.m. And if y'all want to get a deep dive, if y'all want to check out the other video, we got a deep dive into the voting rights. Is voting rights really about Black power or protecting Democrats? That is up now on YouTube, and y'all could check out that video. Other than that, stay blessed.
God bless you. Definitely.
And as always, brothers, stay Blacktastic. We out here, man.
Good night.
Peace out.
Are you ready to put your brand in front of the people who matter? Black Westchester Magazine is your platform. With over 90,000 monthly website readers and more than 250,000 YouTube viewers every month, we give your business unmatched exposure. From email blasts straight to our subscribers, to video commercials, website promotions, and targeted campaigns, we've got the tools to help you connect, engage, and grow. Whether you're a local business, a national brand, a rising entrepreneur, or just promoting an upcoming event, Black Westchester is where culture, community, and commerce meet. Contact us today or scan the QR code and start building with us. Don't just advertise, be part of the movement, be part of Black Westchester, be Blacktastic. Black America first. Yeah, Black America first. Fix the house, fix the fam, let the blessings burst. Black Westchester's New Spring 2026 e-paper is now available, featuring the life and legacy of Bob Law, breaking news, and stories that matter to our community. Read it now at blackwestchester.com. Got a sweet tooth? Come to Cupcake Cutie Boutique in Mount Vernon, where every day is a reason to celebrate. Fresh homemade cupcakes baked with love. Stop by 8 South 6th Avenue and taste the cuteness today. Thank you for watching another Blacktastic episode of the People Before Politics show. Sunday Rundown, powered by Black Westchester Magazine. We appreciate every single one of you who tuned in, commented, shared the stream, and joined the conversation. Your support is the reason independent Black media continues to thrive and speak truth without fear. Every week, we show up to bring clarity, accountability, and real community insight to the stories that matter. And you show up with us. Whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, or X, we want you to know that your voice, your engagement, and your presence make this platform stronger. Thank you for rocking with Damon K. Jones, AJ Woodson, and Larnez Kinsey as we break down the issues that many outlets ignore. And thank you for supporting a space where Black thought, Black leadership, and Black truth-telling still matter.